This is Paul. Yes. Oh, there's a bee right there. Huh. Oh, this restoration of the status quo. Oh, to restitution. Oh, now this act of restoring a party to the position he was in before an agreement or contract was made. Yes. And then there's that respondent, known as myself, ooch, and there's a responsibility, poo. Let's say that you decided that you were just going to have me sit here for the rest of my life making videos and emailing you, pooch. Now, you issued an injunction in 2011 where I wasn't a resident and I didn't get notice and opportunity to be heard, and then you reissued it a week later after the dissolution of marriage where you had me arrested at the same time as serving me. Now, there's a big problem with those in judiciaries that don't realize the importance of the actual laws of the United States, as well as the United Nations, as well as other nations that have treaty obligations. Pooh. A couple days ago, I was talking to the National Guard of Washington State. And I said, my civil rights are being violated, and you decided that you weren't going to enforce the civil rights of American citizens. I gave the example of the ex parte order being the worst violation of due process in this nation's history, because the ex parte party didn't sign the actual protection order, and the ex parte respondent wasn't given notice and opportunity to be heard, pooch. Then you make up some bullshit about how, well, you have to have a mental health. Now, I would say it's abusive to the mental health industry, psychiatrists, to not realize the importance of having the actual requirements of law. For some reason, you thought that any person could run into a court and say the guy's crazy and then not protect the due process rights during all the court hearings and all the times that you issued court orders and never requiring identification, never seeing if her driver's license signature matched the actual signature on the document, not looking for any forgeries or any fraudulent use of court orders so that you could get sole custody of my 5 sons. Well, there's that kidnapping law. Oh my gosh. Now, in the United Nations, when I go to the International Court of Justice of the United Nations and I bring in that marriage certificate where we were both assigned ID numbers, and you get convicted for Class B kidnapping. Exactly how does that affect the actual marriage in the United Nations Courts of Justice? Now, there was this question about jurisdiction. Who is it that has jurisdiction over a family and the care of the children that were birthed during the time of the 10 years of marriage? Now, you've had a problem enforcing my victims' rights. I've documented that when you don't give me due process, when the ex parte party doesn't sign it, when you fraudulently use state court seals, and you forgery the actual signature of the appointed oath of office known as the ex officio, somehow I think the United Nations, as a governing body of their actual marriage certificates, when they find out, they're going to frown on the United States of this great nation. Now, I'm not just looking for some of the money, okay? I'm looking for all the money today, because you don't think that American citizens in their economic status, tweakers, hackers, and academomaniacs, that they themselves might have some smarts about how this shit works. Now, did you want to start the restoration and restitution process of removing your court orders and removing me from the docket so that I could go about suing you everywhere in the world? Did you want to do that?